Okay, hello everybody. This is my second video. Um, Never thought I'd be doing this. It's pretty funny, but anyway, I think it's kind of worth documenting. I have as I said in the last video, we have what I think is probably a Malibu Grand Prix car from the early '70s. I did a quick walk around yesterday just to kind of see if I could do this video editing stuff. But looks like it's okay. Looks like it works. As you can see, we have a floating differential here, a floating rear end. It's completely disconnected from the rest of the chassis. This is fully disassembled. I don't know that I can take it apart any further. Well, the one thing I did show before was you can see this the gas pedal right here has a stop for it. I'm going to try to manipulate it here. I don't have a GoPro. I'm just using my phone, so it's kind of bear with me here. That's about as far as you can go with the pedal. You can see right here they kind of welded a pin. They welded a pin right here, to stop this bolt from coming out. It's pretty funny. How am I supposed to get the bolt out to clean this thing? I guess they never thought about that. Well, that's why we have this cutoff wheel. We're going to cut this guy right off there, and we're going to fabricate something to go on there to make this easier to put on and take off. Maybe like a little flat stock. We can cut a little triangle or something and drill a hole through it. Anyway, pretty cool stuff. They chromed the entire body, if you can imagine this. How much did this cost back in '72, right? I'm only guessing it's 1972. The engine, the serial number on the engine looks like it's from '72, and I bet it's probably the original. These things, from what I was reading, a lot of these came with either a Rotax engine or something similar. This is a snowmobile engine. What it has in it, well, that's not an engine at all, is it? Hang on. Here's the engine over here. Well, that's not the engine. Those are the cylinder heads. Here's the rest of the engine. And pedal and fuel pump, exhaust manifold, crankcase, head cover, blah, blah, blah. It's liquid cooled, which is kind of fun. They hadn't had any liquid in it for a long time. They actually made it so that it was an air-cooled device, or air-cooled engine. You can see right here, this frame here, this kind of L bracket right here is where the radiator was. They ripped that out and bypassed the lines, and it was an air-cooled engine for a while. Plastic fuel tank. Fuel tank's pretty gross. It was actually full of water, which was really funny. None of the water actually got to the engine because of the inline fuel filter. That kind of stopped everything. That was full of water, but it didn't actually get into the engine. Pretty funny. Engine's pretty clear, actually. Well, the upper part of the engine was fine. The crankcase where it was sitting there still had some gas and oil sitting in the bottom of it. Looks like it'd been there for probably about 30 years. So it was gummed up pretty bad. I mailed it off to a place to rebuild crankshafts. I don't have any way to true up a crankshaft. I could probably remove the bearings and tap out the pins. The pins are not welded into the connecting rods, so I could probably do that, and I could probably put it back together, but I don't have any way to balance it or true it. So with an aluminum block, who knows? It'd probably shake itself apart if I put it back together. So send it off. We're waiting to hear what they think about it. So pretty much we'll just have to see see if we can actually rebuild the engine. The rest of the parts of the engine look fine. There's no scoring. Rings will have to be replaced. Pistons. Piston heads will probably, I don't know, I might reuse them. We're trying to do this on the cheap, so, we'll see what happens. What else can I show you? Here's the rest of the suspension parts. So, this had a split front axle. With these little guys right here were on the front. Those little shocks. They are shot, completely gone. We have rear trailing arms here. And then this Y shape, this V shape thing here, that actually supported the underneath. Went, I'll show you over here. The connects here to the back of the chassis, and then goes underneath. I don't know if you can see that or not, but right underneath there to that dark hole. There must have been an oil leak or a gas leak or fuel leak or something. Tons of crud's been piling up all over the back of the engine. So I actually hit a wire brush on the differential, and it shined up really well. Complete cast aluminum. Everything's kind of fun. There's the muffler and the drive belt over there. There's the bumper. Took the front bumper off. If you can notice, there's quite a bend right there in the front. Well, that bend corresponds to the front right here, in this corner right here. So this being the 70s and maybe just a lap belt in the car, or no belt, right? Somebody hit something hard enough to bend this 2" by 2" square capped steel bumper. They probably took their teeth out on that one on the steering wheel. Pretty funny stuff here. Anyway, here's the body shell. Body shell is actually in really good shape. There's only a few small cracks right here where the suspension comes out. I took the front wing parts off. The side pods come off as well, so we're gonna take those off. All the bolts are rusted. These side pods, I'm probably gonna actually make these into real ones. Route an airflow from one of these. Put some louvers in there. Route some airflow to the back, because there's really no airflow when you have the back end on it. Anyway, that's a quick tour of the shop. I guess I didn't really tour the shop. Here's the shop. It's pretty much a big mess. The engine doesn't work. I do have a 600 Katana sitting right there. We'll use that instead. But anyway, look at the size of the tires on this thing. Look at these These are Goodyear tires on the rear and Hoosiers on the front. Is what they had. These tires are completely shot. There are tubes in them, so they are still holding their shape. Man, those are great. Those are more than 10 inches wide. This is pretty much a proper race car here. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. As I keep working on it, slowly but surely. There's the torque converter and the hubs. Let's see, what else can we show you? The torque converter's huge. The part that fits on the differential is this guy back right here. It's the size of a dinner plate, so that's pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah, like I said, here, this is the amount of rust we're dealing with right here on one of the control arms, or one of the suspension arms. It's like I said, they did chrome everything, but the chrome's coming off like gloves, because it's, the rust has gotten underneath the chrome. It's just popping it off. So I'm working on hammering out these bushings. These bushings are pretty terrible. I'll replace them with polyurethane bushings. Should be pretty cool. Like I said, rack and pinion steering. There it is right there. Tie rods have to be replaced. The outer ones at least. And then the rear suspension, coilover shocks, trailing arms. There's one of the spindles over there. The spindle's still attached. It's a big fat set screw in the side of it that holds it in. And it's got the two little grease caps, grease feeds on the top and bottom. So just nail out hammer out the kingpin and good to go. The other one was no problem at all. So we'll have to see how this one works, this other side. So like I said, we've already fixed one of these. I'm letting this dry. We're priming it up, sanding it down, abrading it, because it's chromed, getting all the loose chrome off of it, and then abrading it. So this stuff will actually fit and stick to it. It's a fillable sander, or fillable sanding primer. I've had decent luck with that before, painting over chrome. My other go-kart over here, commercial go-kart rebuilt, that's what we have up here. They chromed the roll bar for that one, and that one turned out pretty well. So anyway, that's all we got for now. We'll definitely show more as we go. And thanks for watching.